Welcome back, Valley friends. Today we're continuing our adventures with Jafar in the quest The Serpent's Gift. To unlock this quest, you will need to reach level 7 friendship with Jafar. Once you've met the requirements, you can chat with him to get started. Jafar has uncovered the secret to sharing the power of imagination with everyone on the isle. We try to explain that the spark of imagination is already there for everyone to use. But Jafar thinks his discovery would make it easier for everyone to access it and come up with new and creative ideas. Jafar knows that the other villagers still don't fully trust him, but hopes this will change some of their minds. He has crafted 4 imagination generators, which he needs us to place around the isle. He wants us to place them in the lagoon, borderlands, docks, and one near Oswald's house. This does not sound right, so we question him about it. But his answer seems harmless. He just wants to help cheer up Oswald after his 2-dimensional disaster. Once you're done chatting with Jafar, you can start placing all your imagination generators. The first one I placed was in the lagoon. Next I headed to the borderlands. And then the docks. Lastly, I made my way over to the plaza in my valley where I have Oswald's house. Once you've placed all of them, you will need to wait 10 minutes for them to start working. When the 10 minutes have passed, you should be prompted to chat with Oswald. Oswald is not feeling quite like himself. He feels very low energy and not his normal quirky self. We suggest making him a good meal that will fill him right up. He thinks this is a great idea and gives us his very own special recipe for poutine. Once you're done chatting with him, you can open up your bag to learn the new recipe. Then we can head to our nearest cooking station to prepare his meal. You will need the following ingredients to make poutine. First up is potatoes, which you can grow from seeds purchased in the Forgotten Lands or Wild Tangles. Then we'll need canola. Seeds are available in the Forest of Valor or Ancient's Landing. And finally, some cheese from Remy's pantry. Make sure you have the dish in your bag, then head over to Oswald to deliver it. Sadly, the meal did not do the trick. Even though Oswald's belly feels nice and full now, he's still feeling off. We think it's time to chat with some of our other valley friends to see if any of them are experiencing the same thing. First up, we'll chat with Scrooge. We instantly realize something's not right with Mr. McDuck. He has lost his accent and is speaking very oddly. But he dismisses the notion and says it's perfectly normal for someone's accent to change over time if they are no longer exposed to others that share that accent. We still think this is strange, but Scrooge insists he is great. He also tells us to stay away from Eve, who according to him is being disagreeable today. This is also odd, but perhaps we should chat to some other villagers before drawing any conclusions. Next, we'll chat with Gaston. Gaston too is acting strangely. Even though he seems perfectly happy, he is using too many big words, which is not normal for Gaston. Not to mention he's actually trying to be helpful and suggests Oswald might need a tonic to help him get better. I hope not everyone in the Isle has been tampered with, but at this point I'm sure Jafar has done something. Next we'll need to chat with Rapunzel. Rapunzel at first seems her normal self, but we quickly realize she's not behaving quite right. For one, she would normally jump at the opportunity to help a fellow villager, but instead thinks we're wasting our time trying to help Oswald and thinks there are more important things we could be doing. Then when we mention asking Eve for some help, she instantly dismisses the idea and tells us to stay away from Eve. She's starting to sound like a particular villain we know so well. I think it's about time we check in with Eve. Something is clearly going on here, and she might be the only one that could help us. We tell her how everyone has been acting strange and they've all been saying kinda mean things about her. This upsets her, but we assure her that they probably didn't mean it and that we just think something strange is going on. Eve agrees, and she knows exactly who is doing it. She draws the letter J, and we know she means Jafar. She tells us that Jafar has planted something in the homes of the other villagers. We're not sure what that has to do with why they are acting so strangely, but we'll need to investigate. So let's go to each of their homes to see what we can find. First up, I went to Scrooge's store and soon found this snake statue hiding behind the staircase. Next I went to Gaston's lodge where I found the second statue. And finally we headed over to Rapunzel's tower to collect the last serpent statue. Once we've removed all the statues, we'll need to head over to Scrooge's store to witness the interaction between Scrooge and Rapunzel. The two seem to be back to their normal selves. We'll need to check in with Gaston to ensure he's back to his normal self. Gaston is back to his normal self, but he is very upset with Jafar and wants to give him a piece of his mind. Jafar had hypnotized Gaston using the weird serpent statue, and while hypnotized, he had made Gaston carry all his equipment down from the palace to the ancient ruins. It looks like there was more to Jafar's plans than just hypnotizing the villagers. We'll need to see what he was actually up to. For this we'll need to go into the ancient ruins and go down the hatch. You'll need to follow the hallway until you reach the spot where you find Jafar and a trapped Oswald. Confront Jafar about his evil plot. Jafar is still trying to harness powers that don't belong to him, and this time he's trying to steal the power that belongs to Oswald. He has trapped the lucky rabbit in his contraption and is busy draining all his luck. We need to put a stop to this and save Oswald before it's too late. I honestly think we should have left Jafar trapped in his lamp. He clearly hasn't learned his lesson. We'll need to take out our watering can and destroy the machine's power sources. There are 3 in total, and they can all be found around the platform. Once you've destroyed the power sources, you will need to take out your pickaxe to destroy the 3 pillars of the machine. Once they've been destroyed, we can check in with Oswald. Hopefully he is okay and feeling better after this terrible ordeal. After this last evil plot, we think it's time for Jafar to be put back in his lamp. He clearly cannot be trusted to live in peace with the other villagers. But Oswald does not think this is a good idea. Whilst he was trapped in Jafar's machine, he had somehow been linked with Jafar's mind and had a glimpse of what Jafar was thinking and feeling. Oswald found a lot of loneliness there and doesn't think putting Jafar back into the lamp would do him much good and would actually just make him act out more. He thinks we should allow the villain to live with the rest of the villagers, perhaps time with others, and the help of some dreamlight magic he might start acting right. We're not sure if this is the best course of action, but it's worth considering. Head back over to chat with Jafar. This will conclude the quest, The Serpent's Gift. As always, please leave us a like if you found this video useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I will see you next time as we continue our adventures with Jafar and determine his fate in the valley.